When I was 10 years old, my parents drew tags for a special antelope hunt in Burns, Oregon. And we drove down there a couple of days ahead of the start of the season, which was a practice of my parents to scout out a hunting situation before the season opened. We went out the day before on this forced march. I considered it that because it was very hot. I was very uncomfortable. And my father had been a track man in college, walking very fast. And I had a hell of a time keeping up. And I was having a miserable time. But on the day the season opened, then it was for real. And we went out early in the morning. And there were some guys who were harassing this small herd of antelope quite a ways away, maybe a half a mile away. You could see up in the desert there, the clear air, and there was water in the trough down there. And they took their pickup and went down there. I guess they were trying to hunt the antelope from the pickup, which would be highly illegal. But up the valley came this little herd of antelope, and we saw them coming, and my father had gone over to another area nearby to scout it out, so it was just Mother and I there with this herd of antelope bearing down on us. And as they got closer, I got ready to shoot, and Mom says, oh wait. And this was part of her personality, and I knew that. So when they got real close, I started shooting, and Mother said, don't shoot. Well, I picked out what looked to me to be the biggest buck in the herd and started shooting at it with my .257 Roberts, which is smaller than the standard deer rifle, but certainly large enough to kill an antelope. And I shot 7 times. I think my rifle only held 5 shots. I actually reloaded in the process. And finally the antelope slowed way down and turned like a dog will do before it lies down in front of the hearth. And my mother says, now see what you did. You just made him run faster. And I had a little different opinion, so I saw that antelope turning and lying down. And I was going down there, and Mother says, oh, don't go down there, it's dangerous, stay here. I went on down there anyway. And when I got there, the animal had died. Later, when we skinned it, I'd hit it 6 out of the 7 shots. The 7th hit a little hillock between me and the antelope, and there was this puff of dust that raised up. But Dad told me, shoot at the biggest part of their body and keep shooting until they go down. So I followed that advice. Luckily, the .257 Roberts didn't have a very big bullet in it, and it didn't ruin the meat, punching 6 wounds into it. Well, that was the opening day, and Dad, with his foray, had not managed to get an antelope, so the next day we went back out, and Mom and Dad left me in a tiny little thicket there. There must have been some underground water there, little willowy kinds of small trees, and they left me there. I had shot a sage hen the evening before, and I violated their instructions and shot an adult. They told me, don't shoot a fully adult one, they'll be tough. Well, I did it anyway, and then as sort of a punishment, they cooked it and gave it to me to eat cold there while I was sitting there waiting, and I was enjoying it because it had a wonderful flavor, and with my 10-year-old jaws, it didn't seem too tough to me. But anyway, here came antelope again, the same scenario I'd seen the day before, only this time I was all alone. And they came bearing down on me. When they got fairly close, there was this one buck that was separate from the others, and I took a shot at him, and poof, the dust flew up behind him. And oh my God, these things can run 55 miles an hour. And I thought, whoa, this is really fast. So I put another shell in the chamber and aimed about that far in front of him, pulled my trigger, boom, down he went. I got that one with 1 shot. Well, when the folks gathered me up and helped me skin my second antelope, then the score was 2 for Jan and 0 for parents. they took my rifle away from me at that point, and eventually Mom and Dad did each get their own bucks. But there's a picture taken of us the evening of that second day with me with my antelope lying there and me standing there with my rifle. I was 10 years old, and I was a good shot, and I was a good hunter, and that was a peak experience for me, where I'd really shown that I could do something as a 10-year-old, and I was there with my parents, and they approved of me and what I had done. So it's a happy story.